Well, good morning and welcome to Unity Palo Alto's live celebration service, Shelter and Grace Edition. We're so glad that you tuned in today. And what we want you to know is that Unity is an inclusive spiritual movement, welcoming people from all walks of life. People who want to grow, who want to feel a felt sense of spirit in their life, who want to experience more health and abundance in their life, and people who just want to do life better. Today we have a wonderful service. We're so blessed to have Margot Leduc as our soloist with Russell Norman on piano, and Brenna Franzen is our platform leader. And so we'll begin our service today with our opening song. Margot, take it away.
I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is a welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is a welcome here.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity Palo Alto's online service. I'm Brenna Franzen, and I'm so thrilled to be able to connect with all of you this morning. We are a part of a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education, teaching practical, positive, spiritual principles that you can apply each and every day to help you live a more joyful and abundant life. Unity is a spiritual movement. We are welcoming, inclusive, and wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We have 5 core principles that guide us on our spiritual path. Our first principle is God is. There is only one power active in the universe and in our lives, and that is God, the good, omnipotent. The second principle is that God is the substance and intelligence innate in all of creation and each and every person. Our third principle is the law of mind action. Thoughts in mind produce after their kind. We have the ability to affect our world through positive affirmations. And our fourth principle is the practice of prayer and meditation. This connects us with the creative, constructive power of God to work in and through us every day. And that fifth principle, you got to walk the walk. That's the practical application. As we live according to these truths daily, we become what we were created to be, living expressions of the image of God, which Unity calls the Christ. These principles guide us in living out our vision statement, and I would invite you to affirm that with me. It's on the screen. Centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is. Now, if you are watching us this morning on YouTube or Facebook, we invite you to pop on over to that chat. You can see some of them right below my face and greet each other. Or you can just put your hand on your heart and send that love out to your friends in Unity. If you're tuning in for the first time or back from a long absence, we would love to hear from you. We invite you to fill out an online connection card, which can be found on our website at unitypaloalto.org/live. Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy first day of Advent. We now turn it over to Margot for our call to worship song. Take it away, Margot.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Find me grateful, find me thankful, find me on my knees, find me dreaming, find me singing, find me lost in your grace. Find me grateful, find me thankful, and find me on my knees. Find me dreaming, find me singing, find me lost in your grace. Find me.
Each year at Advent, we have a family come up to light the Advent wreath. And so this year, I'd like to welcome our first family for Advent, the Rileys.
Hi, we're the Rileys. I'm Erin.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Megan. And today we'll light the candle for faith.
Today is the Advent of faith. Our affirmation is, my faith lights my path and guides my way.
As Advent season begins, my thoughts turn to faith. I believe in my capacity to be hopeful, assured, and strengthened as I embark on this journey of faith. Faith keeps me open to discovering reasons to have hope, even when I do not yet see an advantage for my hopefulness.
I believe in good things to come, and I believe in my ability to bring those things into manifestation. I am grateful for the gift of faith.
Letting go of every single dream, I lay each one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering never changes what you see. I tried to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. No matter what I face, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the water, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will know what tomorrow brings. There's not a day ahead you had not seen. So all these things be my life and breath. I want what you want, Lord, and nothing less. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the water, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. Ooh, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I will trust in you.
I will trust in you, and with that love in our hearts, let us breathe into this present moment. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity Palo Alto. It's just such a joy to be with you here today as we begin Advent. And this whole year, we have been working on this theme of the roaring 2020s, expressing our spiritual magnificence. And boy, it has been some roaring 2020s. And so as we come to this final month of the year, our theme in this coming month is empowered living. It's taking everything that we've learned along the way this year and really putting it to work, putting it into action in our lives. And it all begins with faith, empowered faith. Now in Advent, the traditional idea of Advent, the first week is hope. As in, we're hoping for good in the world. We're hoping for something better. We're hoping for our lives to be more enriched, more enfolded, more uplifted. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of the Unity Movement, talks about hope like this. He says it's the confident expectation of good in the future. The confident expectation of good in the future. He goes on to talk about the idea that that confident expectation of good in the future is good as much as it is. However, it is based on the future. It's based on time. It's based on the sense experience. Faith is what makes it happen. Faith is that energy within us that brings forth that good in our lives, that leads us to that good in our lives and helps us experience a more joyful and abundant life. Now, there's a lot of confusion about the word faith. And depending on what religion you grew up with or what you were taught as a kid, you might have different ideas about what faith is. For example, some people look at it from the perspective of the property of religion, right? It's something that we just dump stuff on Sunday and go and practice our faith. Some people look at it as a system of beliefs that one holds blindly, like blind faith. I have no idea what it is, I'm just holding to it. Some people think of it as a gift that's bestowed upon somebody or a gift that's held over somebody so that if you are acting in a certain way, then you will have proper faith. Some people believe that we can discover faith and that we can lose faith. We can lose our faith in something, some belief, or someone. Now, if you were here a couple weeks ago, you might remember what the definition for resentment is. Resentment is the false expectation in someone, some belief, or something. When that false expectation doesn't get met, that's when we experience resentment. And so all of these, from a metaphysical perspective and from a metaphysician's perspective, are not the definition of faith that we're looking at here at Unity. What we're looking at in New Thought is this idea that faith is a factor of the consciousness. Faith is just as natural to every person as seeing, as hearing, as tasting, as breathing. And there's really no such thing as an absence of faith. It's just we had set up our faith based on some false expectations, some false beliefs. And so when those false beliefs don't come to fruition, that's when we feel resentment, we feel hurt, we feel lost. Now, a lot of people look at this or will equate faith with the idea of belief. But here's the difference. Belief is the function of the subconscious and the conscious mind. It's an idea that we hold to be true, whether we are aware of it or not. It could be an unconscious belief, an unconscious bias that we hold. Something that's buried a little bit within us just below the surface, or it could be very, very obvious. It could be right out there. But beliefs are a function of the mind, of the brain, where faith is the function of a spiritual awareness. Charles Fillmore calls it the superconscious mind. So you have your subconscious, your conscious mind, and then Fillmore liked to call it the superconscious mind. And that's just, another word for our higher consciousness. In Unity, we might call it the Christ consciousness. You might call it the Buddha mind. You might call it your better self, your better angel on your shoulder. It's that higher sense of purpose, that higher sense of self, that knowing that you are more than this body, more than this experience. And that's where faith comes from. Faith comes from that higher consciousness. And faith is the power that brings forth all of the ideas, that brings forth, that adds power to, that adds the locomotion to our belief system. You see, belief is when we hold beliefs that are based on fear, uncertainty, and doubt, we know that that's not associated with this higher spiritual power, right? That FUD, as we used to call it in industry, that fear, uncertainty, and doubt. We all have those beliefs, right? That fear that I'm not good enough, that fear that what I'm producing isn't quite right. It's got to be perfect. It can't be just okay. The uncertainty of where we're headed. Certainly there's uncertainty in our world today as we move into a deeper, a greater sense of sheltering, as we're making sure and being warned to stay together close to our families and not venture out too far during this pandemic. There's a lot of uncertainty, and yet in that uncertainty, there's still some hope. There are beliefs that are based on ego. The beliefs that, I'm better than ... Now, some religions have that belief. Certainly, sports fans have that belief about our team versus their team. So it's not uncommon that we have these beliefs that are based on ego, that are based on someone being right and someone being wrong. It might come through as, the you shoulds, the you ought tos. How about the subliminal, what's it called, when you're not being overt, you're being the passive aggressive. Yeah, well, you know what I would do. All of those beliefs that come through ego. And then there's the beliefs about our past, where we think we are a product of our past, where we think who we are today is based on where we came from. And then there are the beliefs that are based on lack. There's not enough. I don't have the right job. I don't have a job. I don't have what I need to survive, and yet I'm still surviving. All of those are beliefs, and none of those are the product of faith. All of those are the product of the brain, of the mind, of the conscious mind or the subconscious mind. And so with faith, we look beyond those beliefs to a higher knowing, to a higher, you might call it a higher power, to that higher consciousness within you, to a greater state of awareness of who we are, to our oneness with this divine source, to our oneness with the sum and substance of all that is, to our oneness with living in the flow of life, that beautiful river of life, love, and wisdom that flows to, through, and as us. That's who we're really coming from. And when we come from that place, we are empowered. We are empowered, and faith is the empowering energy with which you create anything that you put your focus on. So the real question is, what are you putting your focus on? Where is your focus? Where are you applying this energy of faith? Because it's always there, it's always active. It just depends on which belief or which thought you're putting the energy behind. Eric Butterworth, beloved minister and of Unity and author, put it this way: positive faith is simply relating to the more. That's all. It's relating to the more of who you truly are. Because you see, you're not the circumstance, you're not the situation. You're more than that. You're not the lack. You're not the pain that your body might be experiencing. The true you is more than that. And so faith is aligning yourself with that. When you say that faith enables you to release a tremendous new potentiality or human resource, it doesn't manufacture it from somewhere. It's not magical thinking. It simply allows you to identify with yourself at a higher level. But that higher level was always present. It's never gone. Our faith is never truly lost. It's just the belief that we were putting in didn't come to fruition. And so it didn't suddenly become present, that higher self, that higher level of who you are, didn't suddenly become present because of your faith. But when you understand that, then you know that wherever you are, whatever you are experiencing, there is always more in you. There is always a higher self and sense of who you are as a spiritual being, as a divine spark of life, as a presence, as a beautiful, loving presence in the world. There's always more to you. And faith is that power within us, that aspect of that divine principle that's within us that allows us to see that more. And to see it as if it's already there and to know that it's already there. We may not be experiencing it in this present moment, in this present experience. We may see it as something off in the future. We may have hope for it. But with faith, we know that it's already ours, for it is already within us. All of the creativity, all of the things that we need to move forward and to bring that into manifestation, to experience that more, to live from that sense of spirit within us, moving as us. Faith allows you to see that more in you. When you're living from your beliefs of lack, of the past, of your ego, or the beliefs of FUD, faith allows you to see in those beliefs, see through those beliefs that are based on the experience of the time at the time. There is a spiritual wholeness within you. And regardless of what's happening around you or within you or to you, there is a spiritual wholeness that stems from that super consciousness, that higher divinity, and faith allows you to draw it forward. It allows you to transcend the belief. Faith opens a channel to your tremendous potential, your spiritual magnificence. Faith simply frees up the connection, the communication process between that transcendent, that's the word, the transcendent vibration that's within you, that's always pulling you up higher. That's that yearning, that spiritual yearning within you to grow, to be more of that spiritual self. You're already it. It's just a matter of directing your faith towards those ideas. Directing your faith towards the idea that there is a positive aspect within you that you can bring forward, that you can apply, a spiritual aspect, that you can apply more love, more compassion, more creativity, more exuberance, more zeal, more enthusiasm, that you can bring more. Maybe it's more silence, more stillness, more peace. Faith is a tremendous resource right where you are. Now, I love the term that Butterworth used, that idea of positive faith. And positive faith, the power of faith is neutral, but he refers to it as positive faith when it's something that is empowering for us. when we're putting our energy into something that lifts us up, that empowers us, that allows us to be more present in a situation, to be that peaceful presence, or to be that loving presence, or to be still, or to be vocal. So empowered faith is the way I like to call it, because faith is neutral, and whatever it is that you're focusing on, you're giving it power through the power of faith. Empowered faith. Tap into the wisdom and substance of the universe right where you are, right here, right now. Tap into the resources of supply, of creativity, of ability that are already within you right now. Put the great energy of our thinking upon ideas of plenty. Focus our thinking upon ideas of abundance, of love, of joy, of creating peace, of creating a healthy environment. Put the great energy of your positive faith to work in creating ways to start believing in yourself and in the all-accomplishing power of God that is within you. When you draw upon your innate positive faith, you will shift from FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, to empowerment. You will shift from thoughts of lack to a belief in abundance in your life. You will shift from ego and selfishness to generosity, to compassion. Eric Butterworth goes on to say, faith is not a magical means of working miracles. He says to get that out of your consciousness, for you are the great miracle. And the dynamics of faith is the key to the kingdom of your potentiality. Seek first that kingdom that's within you. Seek first using that power of faith, that spiritual magnificence that's within you, within each one of us, and with the other. Now, not all things will come to you the way you think they will come to you, or the way you want them to come to you. But all the things that come easily out of their own divine flow, out of your own divine potential, things that come to you easily because they are part of your own pattern, a pattern of your own unfoldment. So the need is to listen to your own transcendence, to know yourself, to know that inner being that's within you, that yearning of that greatness that's yearning to get out. To know it. To have that deep inner sense of who you are. And then allow that to guide you. Put your focus, put your energy on that. And when you do that, everything else comes easy. The FUD drops away. The fear drops away. And you will unfold in a way that is uniquely and individually yours, and thus fulfill your potentiality and bring more of that beautiful spirit that you are into the world. Let's take that into our time of meditation and prayer. Now I'll invite you to relax, to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And with each breath, we feel that power within us, that transcendence within us, vibrating within us, directing us. And we point it in the direction of our good. We focus on the good that we want to experience in our life. We focus on the experience of love, the experience of harmony, that harmonizing energy that flows through you. The experience of creativity, of ideation, of bringing shape to substance, and bringing that shape into the world. With a nice deep cleansing breath, we allow that faith to flow through us, feeling the energy, feeling that creative energy, that creativity flow through us. If one of those false beliefs, a little bit of FUD seeps in there, don't fret, don't worry. Just gently brush it aside and move back to that sense of knowing your oneness, knowing that spark is within you, that light is within you, that energy is glowing from you, right here, right now, in this present moment. Let us rest and let us be in that moment, in the stillness, in the silence. And in this experience of our oneness, we affirm, I am one with the wholeness of life. I am one with source, substance. I am the expression of the harmonizing energy of divine love. I am the expression of creativity, of discernment, to bring forth into my world a greater sense of hope, of joy, of oneness. And with a nice deep cleansing breath, let us give thanks and celebrate by singing the Alleluia. And with that sense of joy in our hearts, let us move into a time of affirmative prayer treatment for us, for each other, for our world, as we hold our prayer chest in our hearts and each prayer in that prayer chest. If there's somebody who you hold in your heart, I invite you to say their name out loud now or bring their name to mind. We hold each of these prayers in our hearts, knowing that divine love is doing its perfect work here and now to help each person discover that spiritual magnificence within them, to help each person focus their energy of faith upon that magnificence, to magnify it and express it in whatever situation they are currently in, whatever they are experiencing. We hold the same prayer for all of those who have fallen victim to the COVID-19 virus. And we hold these prayers for all of the caregivers who are holding us in health, who are working tirelessly to bring health to our bodies. This same prayer is extended to our world, national, state, and local leaders, seeing them making wise and loving decisions for peace on earth, goodwill, equality, and justice for all people. And for this time together, for this joyful celebration of our spiritual community, we are joyfully grateful. We are richly, richly blessed. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Well, with a nice deep cleansing breath, let us return to this place. Unity Palo Alto, as you know, is committed to helping you live life better through spiritual practices, helping you discover that felt sense of spirit in your life and helping you live from that every day. Here to tell us a little bit about what Unity Palo Alto means to her is our dear friend Sue Scalina.
We were present. God isn't some entity sitting out there on a cloud. God is in each one of us and around us, connecting us all. We all have sacred worth. We all have a spark of divinity in us. Unity honors all spiritual paths. I love that. We shape our own reality. Our thoughts influence our experience. I can't always control what's happening around me, but I can control how I respond. And Unity has helped me so much with this. Meditation and prayer help me find and turn on my power of inner divinity. And meditation is fun. Spirituality isn't just for Sundays. Unity helps me put all these principles into practice every day. A few more things about Unity Palo Alto. Services are fun and deep and moving, even if they are virtual for the time being. We have great preachers. First, Karen Bradley, when I first joined about 10 years ago, and now John Riley. So wise and eloquent and caring and funny and welcoming. And at Unity, I actually listen to the sermons. The people are so warm and friendly and loving. Great music. And I also appreciate the activities outside of services. Interesting classes, fun parties, casual get-togethers, meditation, which is fun, even if these are virtual right now. I am learning so much at Unity. It has changed my life and is such an important part of me. And I am so grateful. Thank you, God, Spirit, John, and everyone. And if you haven't tried Unity Palo Alto, I urge you to come. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sue. We're so grateful that you're part of our spiritual community as well. And so now let us move into a spiritual practice of living in the flow of abundance as we move into our love offering. And so I'll invite you to bless your love offering in your own unique and special way. There's so many ways in which you can give to our spiritual community to help us live from this experience, to help us live our mission and bring this experience to the world. I invite you to become a part of the Chorus of Angels fundraiser, our $25,000 matching grant, which is concluding this month. We're so grateful to the angel donors who have given us this grant, and we're so grateful for all of you who have increased their giving. And you can learn more about that on our fundraising page. And of course, we're in the middle of our pledge drive, and if you haven't received a pledge card, that's because you're not on our physical mailing list, and you can get on our mailing list by filling out a connection card on our website. And you can also go to our website and read the letter and download a pledge card, or send us an email and let us know that you'd like to support our spiritual community in the coming year. And now I invite us to bless our love offering, to fill it with our love, and to affirm the affirmation that's on the screen together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is.
Thank you, John. We are a welcoming and vibrant community here at Unity Palo Alto, with many virtual opportunities for spiritual growth, sacred service, and celebrating our community. First of all, if you're not quite sure what quality fits you during this pandemic holiday season, you can join Sue Scalina and me being Casey, not me, each Wednesday in December as we explore and discuss what qualities that we want to wear as we walk through this holiday season. This is a time for connection, grounding, and holiday merriment. For inspiration, they'll be using the book, Who Have You Come Here to Be? And the book purchase is totally optional. Next, our incredible music team is back for a special live stream holiday concert. I'm so excited for this on Friday, December 18th at 7 p.m. This is such a generous gift to help us raise money for our spiritual center and to celebrate the holidays together. No need to register, just join us online. And Unity Palo Alto presents the Palo Alto Speaker Series on the first Thursday of the month, beginning in January. We have an incredible lineup, and now is the time to purchase your All Access Series Pass. Tickets are available on paloaltospeakerseries.com. There are so many exciting opportunities for spiritual growth and connection with our spiritual community. For information on these and other opportunities, you can go to unitypaloalto.org and check out our social media channels. There are so many ways to connect with us and share the good news that is Unity Palo Alto. We are the good news. And now it's time for our closing song and prayer for protection. So Margot, take it away.
Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Praise is to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise is to our God. Let your light shine. 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 Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Let your light shine.
All right, all you bright, shiny people, now it's time for our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a wonderful week, everybody. You can join me for Spiritual Coffee Talk right after the service. Love and blessings.